בודנים מושקדים אדוני סודים על נזנה לנו אסל אדוני סודת שלנו בדע בך אדוני יושים מלך יעננו קוראנו וערב על אדוני מחת יהודה בירושלים כי מעולם ושנים קדמו נהיות תנא דאליהו כל השונה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שובנו העולם הבא שנאמר הליכות עולם לא אל תקרא הליכות אלא הלכות.
Chazak Baruch, welcome to the next minyan Rabotai. There's a story brought down the Gemara Masechet Bava Kama. It says over there that Rabbi and Rabbi Chia, they were friends. Two Gedolei Ador, two of the big rabbis of the generation. They were walking together. Interesting issue is that they were walking where? On private property. They were trespassing, Can you imagine? Two big rabbis, come and trespass on your lawn, who are walking. You would say, what is these rabbis? They're coming on my lawn, ruining my lawn over here. What's going on? They were trespassing, walking, and there was one guy, one Talmid, and he was not trespassing, he was walking in the street, but what happened was that there was over there, it was the winter, rainy season, just like we have now, right? So there was a lot of puddles over there. So he was walking through the puddles and jumping over, jumping, like some kind of acrobat, So Rabbi Danasi looked at this guy, looks at him, he tells Rabbi Chia, he says, this guy, he says, look what he's doing over here. He's jumping into the puddles like this. He says, you know what I'm going to do to this guy? I'm going to cut off his legs, he says. I'm going to chop off his legs. Wow. What is he, mafia? These are rabbis, not mafia. What is he going to chop off his legs? What kind of thing is that? Right? Mm-hmm. So what he meant to say was, says Rashi over there, I'm going to put him in Nidui, excommunicate him. Why? What's the reason why? Because he's jumping through the puddles like that. What does it have to do with one with the other? So the story's like this, right? What happened was that Yoshua bin Nun, when he came into the land of Israel, he made a Tanai. One of the Tanaim that he made was conditions that a person is allowed to walk on private property, trespass, in the winter, when it's rainy season. Why? Because they can't walk in the street. There's too much puddles going on there. So this guy, this Talmid, was being machmir, on himself, like a chassid, Oh, I'm not trespassing. And the rabbis were trespassing, So it made it look like what? That he's more tzaddik than the chachamim, So this is the reason why Rabbi got angry at him. He says, look at this guy. He's trying to look in front of us like he's a bigger tzaddik. He's a bigger chassid than we are. So he says, I'm going to excommunicate him. So the Rishonim learned from the story, that if a person who tries to be more tzaddik, more chassid than everybody else, he's chayav benidui. He's transgressing the prohibition of Yuhara. He's an arrogant person. Gava, he has gava in his heart. Conceited. He's a conceited person, This is a trend. So he's chayav benidui. That's exactly the reason why, says Maran Rabbi Shalom, in his book Chazon Ovadia, Chelek Aleph, he says over there, Shabbat, he says that a person on Shabbat, he shouldn't wear all white like the Mekubalim do, like it says in the Arizal. Why? Because nobody else wears all white like he does. So what business do you have to wear all white like that, trying to be like a chassid in front of everybody? It's not proper because of the prohibition of Yuhara. Also, the same thing says in the Mishnah Brura that a place where they don't put the tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam over there, you're not allowed to put Rabbeinu Tam in front of them. Why? Because it's Yuhara, like you're being gava. What's going on, There's a way to do it, by the way. There's all kinds of tricks how to put Rabbeinu Tam in a place where they don't put Rabbeinu Tam there. But in general, that's the rule. Same thing also applies. It says in Yalkut Yosef, if you come to Mincha, Tfilat Mincha, right? At 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever we pray. You come with tefillin over there. Nobody else is wearing tefillin besides you and talit. You're the only ones with tefillin and talit. You're not allowed to come like that because of Yuhara. You're looking like the hot shot, a big shot. What are you coming with tefillin for? Everybody else doesn't put tefillin on Mincha. It says there's a story about the Ben Ish Chai and Rabbi Somech, who was his Rebbe. They say, that in Mincha, they used to put Shimush Rabbah, which is a special tefillin. The Mekubalim, they put for Mincha, Tfilat Mincha. It's like a big one, large one, like this, It's made it in a different way. So they used to put this, but in order not to have Yuhara, the prohibition of Yuhara, of being Gava, they used to go to the Ezrat Nashim, upstairs, the Ben Ish Chai, Rabbi Somech, and close the door, and put the Shimush Rabbah over there, so nobody should see it. Because they didn't want to be Gavan for everybody, like, I'm better than everybody else, we're more holy than everybody else. So this is the rule, So a person always, should keep this in mind. Don't come to a place where they don't do a certain thing and try to look more holy than them. Same thing, by the way, there's a story that Maran told us, the famous story. A lot of people know about the story. What happened was that one time they were invited to Panama, Rabbi Zion Levi was the rabbi over there, Rabbi Zion Levi, So he was the rabbi there, and he invited for some kind of conference, Maran Ravadia, and also Chacham Ben Zion Abba Shaul were invited there. So they both came to the conference, and they looked at Chacham Ben Zion Abba Shaul over there, and he was sitting there with tefillin on, for Shachrit, but they saw he wasn't wearing 2 tefillin. Usually he puts 2. Rabbeinu Tam and the Rashi together in one shot. Now they see he doesn't put 2. So they asked him, they said, Rabbi, what happened to you? What? You lost your tefillin in the baggage claim, right? Baggage check? What happened? Where's your Rabbeinu Tam? You didn't put? So he said, no, he says, Maran Diatra is over here. He says, Maran Rabbi is over here. So I don't want to put two tefillin in front of him because he's against that. He doesn't like to put two tefillin together. So he said, because I don't want to look like Yuhara, I'm a big shot. So therefore he didn't put two tefillin, even though it was his custom to put two. Same thing I remember when Rav Mutzafi, Shlita, who was one of the big Mekubalim as well, he also, when he used to come to our yeshiva, Yechabadat, he used to put also two tefillin in his minyan. When he came to our minyan, he would only put one tefillin. Why? He doesn't want to look like a big shot, like a Yuhara, like he's showing off. So therefore he would put only one tefillin. So the rule is, whatever they do there, do it the way they do it over there. Otherwise, you're going to look like you're a hot shot. Chayat benidui. The Gadol Ador, the Chacham, that sees you like this, he has the power to excommunicate you, Chas v'Shalom. Wow. Can you imagine? So a person has to be careful about that. Be like everybody else. That's the rule. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen.